Okay, hi everyone, welcome back, and in this update we are going to check out Algorand's price chart, and especially we are going to check out the recent drop and see what happened and what might be the next likely move. But before we get into all that, we are going to take a look at something quite interesting for Algorand. And in case that you don't know, Tairon AI just announced that Algorand is now integrated into their MCP server, and this I know may not necessarily sound that huge, and yep, it actually isn't that big, but I believe that this could actually make a bit of a difference for developers, AI projects, and also NFTs on Algorand. So first things first, what is this MCP server anyway? You see, you need to think of this as a bridge between AI systems and blockchain networks. Normally, if you want, for example, an artificial intelligence bot to do something on a blockchain, you need a lot of coding and also deep blockchain knowledge. Now, MCP's job is basically simplifying all that process by handling account creation, transactions, token management, NFT minting, and even network monitoring. Basically, this partnership means that developers can now connect their AI applications or maybe Web3 tools to Algorand without really getting stuck in the technical weeds. Now, let's just break it down real quick and see what this could realistically mean for Algorand. Number one, I think this could potentially lead to more developers getting involved, because easier access usually means that AI and Web3 developers are able to build bots, dApps, and also AI-powered tools directly on Algorand, and you can expect maybe more NFTs, DeFis, and also AI projects experimenting here. Number two, this could potentially lead to NFTs and ASA growth. You see, developers now have smoother access with the help of MCP to mint and also move NFTs or manage tokens. That makes Algorand a bit more appealing for curators and also projects needing automated and reliable infrastructure. Number three, I think this could hopefully lead to a bit higher on-chain activity. Why? Because you see, programmatic transactions via AI agents could modestly increase transaction volume, showing off maybe Algorand speed and low cost in real world scenarios. And trust me, we really could use some increase in on-chain activity, especially since Algorand and TravelX canceled their partnerships. Number four, last but not least, this could hopefully lead to more AI use cases, because this integration might actually attract companies looking at, for example, AI plus blockchain solutions, and that includes maybe companies working on supply chain, data tracking, maybe automated finance, so on and so forth, reinforcing Algorand as a practical layer one for enterprise level solutions. So overall, is this going to be like a huge positive news and it's going to make Algorand explode tomorrow? Well, unfortunately, probably not. And I'm not absolutely here to over exaggerate what happened. No. However, in my opinion, this can set the stage for gradual adoption in artificial intelligence, NFTs, and also enterprise applications. And I think this kind of integration does show that Algorand is not just fast and cheap, it is also practical for real-world high-speed blockchain use cases, and hopefully they are going to be able to just get the word out there more and more in order to attract more adoption. So overall, again, this is not hugely positive news, no. However, in my view, it's definitely a step towards the right direction. So again, definitely good news. Now let's go on the live chart and see what happened, especially with the recent moves on the downside. Okay, here we are. And if you remember the last time that we talked about Algo, I think we were, yes, right around this area. And the idea was that maybe this is an ABC in form of an expanded flat, meaning there's a chance that we're going to have a bullish setup, suggesting maybe this is 1, this is 2, and what's next? Good move up into wave 3, 4, 5, and that can be into a wave 3 followed by a correction for 4, and even another move on the upside into wave 5. But we said that may not necessarily be likely. Why? Because number one, this initial move on the downside to us at least seemed too strong, and we said, well, okay, maybe this is going to be the beginning of a new move down, indicating this move in Algorand is going to continue, and in it we are going to take the loss. Number two, we said even if you want to be bullish, right in here, it's not the time to go long. You need to be a bit patient, and after having some sort of a move on the upside, you need to pay attention to the shape of that move. If we end up getting a very strong bounce back, maybe like a 1 2 3 4 5, excuse me, I just took the wrong object, like a 1 2 3 4 5, fair enough, that can be a good sign, maybe sort of kind of confirming this scenario. On the other hand, we said if we get a slow and choppy bounce, that's not going to be good, suggesting, you know what, the bearish scenario in the short term is happening. And what do you know, we actually got like a very shallow pullback. And right in here, I think the moments that we took all the lows, you could have argued quite strongly actually that in Algorand we are most likely headed lower. So what happened? Yep, we got our move on the downside, which confirmed that this might be, again, might be, because I do actually have in mind some other scenarios, but you know, right now, let's say this might be a 5-wave impulsive structure. Now, here's the situation. What can be a likely target for this move? And can we even argue this phase down in algo soon is going to come to an end? And this is where maybe the news is not going to be the best for you. Why? Okay, before I actually get you a bit disappointed, let's go on H4 time frame. Okay, you see, I need you to understand that even with the move on the downside that we got recently, we are not going to be bearish at all. Okay, overall, in my view, we are having a 1-2 setup. This is 1-2, this is another 1 and a 2 on a higher degree relative to this one. And the idea is in Algorand that after our small phase down is over, we are going to start going up big time in order to complete a series of wave 3s, meaning what? Yep, we can expect some strong and sharp moves on the upside. So again, overall, as you can see, we are definitely on the optimistic side of stuff, and a lot, and I really mean that, a lot has to happen in Algorand in order for me to, at least in this area, flip bearish. And for example, I need to see a rather strong move down in order to, let's say, take this low, and the absolute bearish sign is going to be taking the lows down here. But again, I just don't see that scenario playing out as long as we are going to still remain in our bull cycle overall in the crypto market. Now, having said all that, let's go on 30-minute time frame. And okay, here's the deal. If you want to say then this is a 5-wave impulsive structure down, and I think you do actually have an argument to saying this is an impulse, then okay, I believe you should probably consider in this area, excuse me, let's just delete the waves, maybe an ABC structure on the upside, possibly even a WXY, generally some sort of a correction in this phase. And I think we also talked about this in the previous video, and maybe we talked about the idea of having like a WXY in form of a double zigzag. Doesn't really matter, generally some sort of a correction. And what is going on right in this phase? I think we may have a wave 1 correction for wave 2, and what is next? If you are a regular viewer of the channel, I think you know the answer. Good, strong move down into wave 3, correction for 4, and even another move down into our wave 5. And so far, if I really want to push my luck, I can tell you maybe to about this point was the end of our wave 3. But the question is, where is our wave 4 and 5? The answer is we don't have it at least yet. So here is my primary case in Algorand. I think, let's say for the next 48 to 72 hours, we are going to have some consolidation patterns in here, maybe even get another move on the upside, but then maybe you should expect one more move down in order to reach to about the lows, maybe even go a bit lower. Why is that? I got a couple of reasons for it. Number one, you see, if I just go on maybe 5-minute time frame, there we go. As you can see, this is a strong candlestick on the downside, followed by a very immediate bounce back. And since this happened way too fast, for example, if you go on maybe even H4 time frame, there we go. As you can see, this is quite a large shadow, and I'm willing to bet we do have a lot of gaps in here that are not filled yet. And I do believe gaps 95+% of the time are going to get filled. So from my POV, makes perfect sense to say maybe after having a bounce, we are going to have a move down in order to fill all the gaps and potentially go maybe even a bit lower than this point, around 20.5 cents. And then, okay, if we see the right structures, maybe at that point we are going to be able to flip bullish in the short term in Algorand. And again, focus on the word short term. Overall, like I told you earlier, we are definitely looking optimistic. Do not let anybody tell you otherwise. Now, do we have some more reasons to believe maybe this phase is going to continue a bit? I think so. Yes, you see, In terms of classic technical analysis, meaning supports and resistances, we talked about this area so many times, and we said, look, you do not want to see Algorand getting a break of this level. And by the way, let's be very clear, this does not count as a break. Why? Because if you want to say this is a break, you need to see an initial phase under here, followed by a pullback, and then a continuation of the move down. And in none of these phases on the downside, we got something like what we talked about. You see, you can say maybe this is our initial breaking phase, followed by, I don't know, let's say a pullback. And even this thing is a stretch, but let's say this is a pullback. And where is your continuation? You didn't get that. And even in here, is this your initial phase? Then, okay, where is your pullback? And then a continuation in order to take the loss. You just simply did not get that in here. So around these areas, we weren't breaking this level yet. And we said, look, let's just keep it that way, because if we do end up getting a break of this thing at that point, because under here, we really do not have a whole lot of strong supports, well, odds are our move down is going to continue in order to reach to about the next important support, which is where, if you are a regular viewer, you know the answer, all the way down here between 19 to about 20.1 cents. So what happened? We got a break of our region, but did we get to about here or not? If I just zoom in more, as you can see, the answer is yep, not yet. So I'm going to argue in Algorand, we are probably going to have another move down in order to reach to about this level, at least to around the higher band of it, about, let's say, 20.1 cents. And again, even right in here, it shouldn't be buying time. We should just be patient and careful and watch the structures very closely. And if we see the structure that we want to see, and by that, you know it, I mean a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up, followed by a correction structure on the downside, you know what, fair enough, this can be a beautiful long opportunity for us. So for now, in Algorand in the short term, I think we need to count on this move continuing a little bit, but at the same time, all eyes should be on this very important support area between 19 to about 20.1 cents. And as long as we are not getting a break of this thing, I think we are actually good to go up and potentially and hopefully actually hit our final bottom around this region. And even Elliot's wave suggests that we want to have a 1, 2, 3 correction for 4, and what's next? Well, probably another move down into wave 5. And by the way, I actually forgot to tell you this. If you want to be a bit pessimistic and also consider this phase down an impulsive structure as well, then okay, at that point, you are allowed to say maybe this is 1, this is 2, a strong move down into wave 3, and then correction for 4, followed by even another move down into wave 5. For now, I'm not going to 100% count on this thing to play out, but since one way or the other, the structures do suggest we're going to have a move down, let's have that move first, and then we are going to cross that bridge when we get to it. But for now, again, I think it might be just a tad bit too soon to be optimistic in Algorand. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Algo's chart. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.